Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another flashlight review, this time from Mateminco. Now I was sent this by FlashlightBrand. This is the TK04. Now I was sent this to review, of course. Comes in this box. Now this particular model that I have is the SST40 and 5700 Kelvin. So let's wait no further. Let's open this up, see what's in. Always very nice, well packed. And we'll start off here with the card that includes their logo. You have one user manual. Now this is using the Android UI, multi-language, English one side, Chinese on the other. So it looks like the maximum light output there. I can get my camera to focus here. Looks like it's 7800 lumens on this particular LED. Now if you need more time to read those, go ahead and pause screen. Otherwise we're going to move along. And we get a bag of goodies here. These are always a pain in the butt to open. You have two O-rings. We can get the other one out of here. Two O-rings. Now remember, these are extra. There's some already on the light. One lanyard. Pretty good size. Not bad. Does have their logo on there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the light. Snugly in there. And I chose the green option, of course. It's my favorite color. There it is. Definitely an everyday carry. Nice and compact. Now green is my favorite color, so I opted for this. You got your side switch here. Nice steel bezel on that. You can table stand that if you want. Got some heat sinking here on the sides of the light as well as the head here. Now the indentations here kind of help it keep it from rolling, that is. Now here's the charging port. They don't include a Type-C charging cable, so you'll need to use your own, and they're very cheap, and that will rapidly charge the battery you use. Now you can use either an 18650 or a 26650 cell in this light. And this is where the lanyard goes. I get a lot of newbie questions, so if I'm showing stuff that I normally wouldn't. It's because I've been getting a lot of questions regarding the O-rings. What are the extra ones for? They're basically just in case the ones that are already on the light get damaged, so you can easily replace them. So if you're like me with a huge amount of flashlights, you get tons and tons of O-rings to use. Now the style and design on this is very nice. Of course, I love the color. No sharp edges, very nice, smooth edges. And the machining and finish on this is very nice. So now let's go ahead and take a look here at the smooth deep reflector. Now down in there are 4 luminous SST40 LEDs. Try to get an up close there. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take this light apart and I'll show you the insides. Dual tail spring there. See the one down inside. Now we're not going to be using this adapter. There's a little O-ring on this, so it's a little snug in the body. And we take this off here. Yeah, we can. Got some grease here on the threads. Straight contact point there on the head of the light. Get my camera to focus. So you can use flat top cells, button top with this setup here. So that's nice. Alright, now let me bring out the cell that I'm going to use in my test. This is a Shockley battery. I have quite a few of these on hand. I've had good luck with them. Tested them quite a few years back. They all did well in my test. This here is a 5250 milliamp. So this is a 20 amp cell. Never go by those pulse numbers unless you vape flashlights. Make sure you have a good high amp cell. You should do fine. Now you can use protected cells as long as your protection piece is rated for 15 amp or higher. Now let's go ahead and go through the UI. We do have power. It is alive. We're going to turn it on. First turn it on once putting a battery in. That's the level it comes on. 5700K, which is about what sunlight is. And ramp it up. Ramp is on default. Again, ramping is relatively quick. Now at any level you can double click to get the highest output. That's even on stepping. We'll go to the lowest light output and you can barely see it. It is on. That is probably a half a lumen. Wow, it's crazy. Alright, so now we're going to go to stepping while the light is on. 1, 2, 3. Now it's on stepping. That's the lowest light output. So if you're okay with that, if If you want it lower, use ramping. We're going to just press down and hold. It'll go back and forth between the two levels, the one you have it on and the one above. Press down and hold. It'll go through those light outputs. That does go pretty fast. Again, double click on any level, get your turbo. I'm going to show you the beam here. There is some overlapping, which is normal, but you can see the really nice focused hotspot there. So that is impressive. It's really going to give you the throw and the distance that you want, and have a nice spill area. It kind of just tapers off. And we'll go back down and we'll go back to ramping because that's what I want to use. 1, 2, 3, and we're right back to ramping. Now with the light off, you're simply going to now click this side switch 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We'll get you battery check. 4. 4.2 volts on that battery. I just charged it. Alright. Now if you want to stop that, just press the button 1 time. Now if you do want to go to the next special mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, now you have what they call a lockout mode. The light will not function at all. And now you can see when you go to push the button, it only comes on that light output. Now to get out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the light is back on and ready to ramp. Okay, now 5 clicks from off. We're now going to get it set up. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the light, and we'll put it about right there. Shut it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you have that instant access to whatever you had programmed previously. Pressure switch action there. Great for law enforcement. If you want it just to come on the highest one light output, you can set this up. Now in order to get out of that, break the connection. Now you're back to the regular ramping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will now give you what they call a Muggle Mode. So it just kind of, when it comes on and off, kind of just has that 2-step. Slowly comes on. See if I can do this a little bit better for you. See how it has like a double stage, turn it on and off. Go up a little bit higher. You can kind of see that. Now in order to get out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now the light just comes on. So now the light just comes on right away. There's no like 2-step. Alright, so now we're going to go to the special modes, which some of these here coming up next are some of my favorites, and I use them quite a bit personally. So in order to get to these, you're simply going to 3 clicks, but on the 3rd click, press down and hold. 1, 2, 3. Now we've activated the light special modes here. Now this here is the thunderstorm mode, lightning storm mode. Normally that's the last one, but for some reason, according to the manual, it's supposed to be candlelight, but little bit different on this light. No issues, no problem. You can't adjust this one as far as light output and brightness. Now I usually put a diffuser on that, put it up in a window behind the blinds or curtains, and it looks like a real lightning storm out there, but without the sound. Now we're going to go to the next mode. Double click on that. Will now give you candlelight mode. Now this one here, you can adjust the intensity, simply pressing down and holding. Put a diffuser on there as well. Has a realistic effect to it. Double click again, will give you what they call bicycle mode. You can adjust this one as well as intensity, brightness, and that pulse is very nice. You can clearly see that going down the road if you use this on your bicycle. Double click again, will give you what they call a party mode, and you can adjust this one as well, but my camera can never really pick up the really neat. Now that's the fastest pulse there, and then slow it down where you can, and then pretty soon my camera can't pick up that multi-flash. Really a neat effect. Now we're going to go to the next one. Double click. We've got tactical strobe, and that one is distracting. I wish all my flashlights had this one because it is insane. Double click again. Now we're back to the lightning storm mode. So I'm not too sure why lightning storm starts off at the beginning. Should be candlelight mode, but anyways, it does work. We've already gone through this one. So now in order to get out of it, simply click it one time. Turned off the light. Now we're back on and ready to use the light. So very nice, impressive build quality on these Mateminco's. I've seen no issues whatsoever for these. These are relatively budget friendly as well. They're not too terribly expensive, especially for the quality that you're getting for the price you'll pay for this. So 7800 lumens is a lot of light, and this probably have a lot of throw. So let's wait no further. Let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness. We are out here with the Mateminco TK04. It's on the lowest setting right now. Very low. You can barely see it there. I'll ramp it up here on the water spout there. That water spout is 38 feet. There it is on the fence, kind of give you an idea. I'll ramp it up a little bit more. 65 feet to this tree here from where I'm standing. So you got some pretty good light level here. So, not bad. And it is making the famous tree of life, 138 feet. Now if you have any doubts or questions about my distances, there's a link below my video. Very bottom one will be the one you should watch. I list all my distances there using Google. Ramp it up here a little bit more. Now it does have a little bit of a ring artifact there. As you can see, kind of a halo effect towards the outer edge, making it across the park there. $238 feet there. Making a school. We'll ramp it up a little bit more. Go to the highest part of the UI. That's the highest part. You kind of see the rings there I was talking about. Could be overlapping, but any case, making those palm trees. Second one a little bit harder to reach, but we're not on turbo yet. Try not to eat any bugs tonight. 238 feet there. All around my face here. Making it across the park to those playgrounds there, as you can see. Tree line, fence line. Really does a great job. Now let's go ahead and do turbo. Nice. Yep, there we go. Lighten them both up with these. It's got some pretty good range on it, especially for the LED setup that it has. Been really hot here, so the bugs are going wild, making those trees way out there. A little bit cool right now. At night, that's about it. Dual beam profile here, all the way around. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. This has a very nice throwing range and ability. The beam on this has a couple of halo effects, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I'm not too sure how they would get rid of that. But as far as beam performance, light output, very nice. If you're okay with that kind of a ring around some areas of the beam in the spill area, this should do fine for you. Now the Android UI, programmable, easy to use. Now programming, I don't feature it because you can do it yourself. There's many steps that you can do to customize it the way you want it. If you do mess up on this light, you can simply unscrew the tail cap, press down and hold the button, screw it back on until you get the confirmation blinks, release that button. That factory resets the light back the way you had it when you first got it. So just so you know, don't lose the manual. The Type-C charging system is a 1 amp charging speed, so that's pretty good for a 26650 cell. Kind of wish it had a 2 amp, but I usually dedicate a charger anyways most of the time. I rarely charge my batteries in the light, so if you do, just know that it is a rapid charger, but it's not the fastest available that you can get. Now the build quality, solid, rugged. This comes in different colors as well. FlashlightBrand asked me which one I wanted to get. Of course, my favorite color. So the greens, when they're darker, all the way up till they start getting real light green, I'm not a huge fan of the light green. And plus you can run this on an 18650. Just make sure you use that 20 amp cell. 15 amp cell will be alright, but 20 amp is definitely preferred. Unprotected is what you're going to need for that particular size. So I see no issues with this light. All in all, very nice quality. You're going to get much better quality for your money when buying a Mateminco product, and that's what I've seen in the last couple that I've done. Well, this is the second one I've done. So, alright, well, I want to thank FlashlightBrand for sending me this TK04 from Mateminco. Now, if this is something you're interested in getting, make sure you get a quality cell. It's the only thing that doesn't come with. I will leave a link down in the description. You can use my special discount code on this or anything on their website, just in case you're interested in getting them. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share, like, and subscribe. Plus, hitting that thanks button down below, make a small little donation to my channel, really helps out as well. That way I can bring more of these lights to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care.